Hello and welcome to the Hockey Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. I am your host, Ryan Gilbert. Joining me, as always, is my co-host, Joel Meyer. Joel, how are we doing this afternoon here?
Yeah, early show for once. Basically just woke up late night last night. Just made myself some coffee, watched some Champions League. It was a good night last night in terms of the betting. Not in terms of the puck bucks though. I don't know. We're cursed. Like I had a winning night in my own portfolio, but somehow the puck bucks are cursed. We'll get into that. But how are you doing?
No, I'm doing good. I was half day at work today, so able to get this in even before 5 Eastern time here. So had a bunch of games last night. Only 2 games tonight. Back to 14 games tomorrow. So back to the regular rhythm here of the NHL schedule, where there's Bukkake every other night, and then 2 games tonight. I think there's 1 game Friday. So got to get them in here when we can. And I had a decent night betting, but like you said before, like we're locked into this one book, these one prices, like 24 hours before the game. It's going to not do too well for us. So we'll get into that. Make sure you are subscribed to the Hockey Gambling Podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube as well. Also follow on Twitter at HockeySGPN and get in Discord, sg.pn/Discord. You bringing up the Champions League reminded me. The place we were staying at in London was like really close to the Chelsea Stadium, and on that Sunday afternoon, I think they were playing Aston Villa or someone else like really good, and like
4-3 game, right?
Yeah, our windows were open and I could just hear a huge roar, and I was like, Chelsea probably just scored there, and they did. It was early on there, so that was really cool to hear.
That's the best. When I was living in Bucharest, Romania, we lived right by the stadium. You could always hear the crowds go insane whenever there was a big game on there. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, definitely cool to hear there. All right, let's get these puck buck bets out of the way before we get into Thursday's slate here. I went 3 and 5 on my bets. Joel went 4 and 7 on his bets. A lot of overlap here. I had the Wild minus 120. We thought that was a crazy line. They got bet down to almost even money, and they needed overtime and I think a shootout to win that one. So luckily for us, they got that one done. Lightning Road Dogs in Edmonton, 2-1 loss. I think it was McDavid and Draisaitl scored, so can't really be too upset about that one. Calgary Nashville under 6 for me was a loss there. 4-3 final for the Flames. Had my Flyers minus 108, easy win there. Looks like they're starting to roll a little bit. Panthers puck line, they won in a shootout, of course. I lost that one. Kings minus 122 against they're playing the Islanders there. Easy road win on Long Island. Devils minus 130. Anthony Stolarz, Jersey boy, stole this one for the Maple Leafs. Got completely outplayed there. And then Boston plus 120. Speaking of getting completely outplayed, just a 8-1 loss there. I guess the Jets aren't quite fallen off quite yet. So, 3 and 5 day for me.
Right, yeah. Rip through my own here. The Wild, like you said. I think that was the right side, though. I don't understand the money against them. I know they had injuries and all that, but they were dealing with these players for a bit too, and they were the better team in this one. Utah were lucky even to get a point. I think like the Wild were totally good in the first period, especially. Fine with this one. We got the right winner there in OT. Lightning, nothing more to say there. Flyers, oh yes, this is a perfect example of the Blinsky special. Blue Jackets were just out of their element. They were totally outplayed. Kings against Islanders, yep. Devils, this is the game I was watching the most. It's so fucking frustrating, man. The Leafs were so fucking lucky. They scored on a shorthanded goal. They had like 4 shorthanded breakaways or something, and somehow it was the flukiest goal to tie that game. And then, of course, the Devils were all over them in overtime, and then Austin Matthews gets free on a breakaway at the end. Absolutely brutal loss. This was the best bet of the fucking board, and it lost. This was the most frustrating game, but that's hockey for you. Boston, okay. I shouldn't say this, but I normally bet everything, but there's a couple bets on here that I didn't actually bet with. I did not bet the Bruins. Thank God, because they were totally destroyed in Winnipeg. Totally bad bet there. Sorry, everybody. Avalanche, Pittsburgh over 6.5, easy one. Avalanche offense dominant as usual. Pittsburgh defense deficient as usual. Sharks, Hurricanes over 6.5. Oh, I had the Sharks at plus 425, and they're winning for the majority of the game too. That would have been a nice cash. And the over 6.5. Unfortunately, they couldn't tie it to get overtime and the over. This is another one I didn't bet. The Panthers. I also the Seahawks. The Kraken over 6. I don't know why I said this bet, but that one lost. It was 2-1, like you said. Oh no, yeah, this one I did bet. Bruins Jets under 5.5. This is the one you argued against me.
Sneaky over there.
You didn't bet it yourself, so you can't take too much credit.
No.
Yeah, not even close. It was 3-1 after the first period. Just total non-effort from the Bruins. I don't know what's going on. And the Wild Coyotes under 5.5. -102. This one, another one that we got good CLV on, but it doesn't matter at the end of the day when. Look at that, like the Bruins Jets, another one at CLV with 30 cents there. This closed like -130, but doesn't matter in the end. We march on. I had a big bet on away goals, which cashed pretty nicely there, with +180, and the Salami over did not get home, unfortunately. Good night overall, just not on the fucking puck bets.
Yeah, I ended up actually taking the Sharks too. A little bit on the money line, a decent amount +1.5, even more +2.5. So I was able to come out profitable there. Of course, not on the puck bucks though, because I waited for the line to get like you said, plus 400 or better on that.
Yeah, and another one that we couldn't bet because I said I like the Flames, but they were like +130, and then they got bet all the way down to like +160. So then I bet it, but unfortunately, we're recording at a specific time. We can't give it out, later on in the day. But yeah, that's how it goes.
Yeah, I'm all right. Make sure you are download the SGPN app completely free, and you have access to all our shows and all the content free wherever you get your apps here. Before we get into the Thursday slate, we have a question in the chat from Jaddy May. If we've covered tonight's Anaheim game, we haven't covered either Wednesday game. The only bet I've made is on the Rangers at Buffalo because Buffalo is awful, and hopefully the Rangers bounce back. But for the Senators game, if I had to bet it, I would just take the Ducks at 2-1 and hope they can get something done.
Yeah, I haven't bet anything tonight. Sorry, Jaddy May.
All right, there. Let's get into this 14-game slate on Thursday, December 12th here. Kicking things off with the Washington Capitals -155 at the Columbus Blue Jackets +130. Totals at 6.5, both over and under, paying off -110 here. This is one of the games I was able to look at before we recorded here, and I'm liking the Caps. Caps -155. It's a little bit steep here, but they've been great on the road this season. 11-2-0. They've won six of their past 7 games here. Only loss was to San Jose in overtime. And I don't know if I'm just biased from watching the Flyers Columbus game last night, but Columbus did not look good at all. I know they're still 8-4-1 at home. So, if you want to take the home dog, I can't really fault you too much, but I just think the Capitals right now are the much better team at -155. No real player on the total. I would go with the over if I had to.
I kind of disagree with both those positions. Blue Jackets, we can excuse their lack of effort given the terrible situation they were in coming back from Winnipeg and then the long Canadian road trip there. And the Blue Jackets have been a decent team, like far better than we expected. Same could be said for the Capitals, of course, but -155 on the road is just too big of a price. So give me the Blue Jackets here at home to bounce back after a miserable performance against the Flyers. And actually, I don't really have a position on the total at all, so I'm gonna miss that entirely. But I think we'll end up with a bet on the Blue Jackets. I think we actually might get a little better of a price. That's my suspicion anyway. Haven't bet it yet, but looking at the Blue Jackets.
All right. They did already play once this season in Washington. Washington won that 7-2, but Columbus outshot them 36-22. So maybe there is something to that there. All right, going down to 7 p.m. again here. Have the Los Angeles Kings +124 at the New Jersey Devils -148. Over 5.5 -122. Under 5.5 +102. Joel, what do you got here?
Kings are what 5-6 in a row now. They're looking like a really good team against some good opposition as well. Took care of the Islanders, no problem. That was I don't know why I didn't end up with a bet in the under. That one is another one that got steamed pretty mad. I think that was our first 5 of the season.
It got down to 5?
It did.
Wow.
Or yeah. or like under 5.5 minus 140. So yeah, that was a no brainer. Yeah, Kings are playing really well. Like I said, the Devils totally outplayed the Leafs in the last game. So I'm looking at the Devils here minus 148. Kings are a great team as well, but they're both teams in good form. But I think the Devils just have a slight edge here. But my favorite bet is once again the under 5.5. Like the Devils are playing really good defensive hockey. They didn't allow the Leafs anything. I mean, like I said, their best chances were fucking shorthanded breakaways. The Leafs had 6 shots like halfway through the game, and to keep the Kings. They still struggle to generate offense, but they're very good defensively. So the under 5.5 here at plus 102, very cheap. I like the under so much.
Yeah, I agree with you on the under there, under 5.5 at plus money here is kind of crazy given how both of these teams have been under teams. But yeah, I'm going with the Kings here. Kings are, like you said, they're rolling top expected goals for percentage in the league. I mean, Devils are right there behind them at third, but I don't know, Devils maybe be frustrated after their loss to the Leafs. Only scored 1 goal in their past 2 games against Colorado and Toronto here. So I think this is a much closer game than plus 124. So I'm going to take that here for the Kings. You can still get them plus 132 elsewhere if you are watching live. But yeah, that under 5.5. There's an under 6 at minus 113 out there if you're scared of a 4-2 empty net push.
That is a better price than the under 5.5 plus 102.
Yeah, that's only at one book, and you're likely limited there if you're like
me.
So,
it can be.
yeah, it's a can be books there. So if you can still bet there, take the under 6 minus 113, but under 5.5 at plus money is a good look, and I'm going with the Kings plus 124 here. All right, going down to 7 p.m. again here. I have the Anaheim Ducks plus 300 at the Toronto Maple Leafs minus 380. Leafs on the puck line are minus 142. Over 6 is minus 115. Under 6 here at minus 105 is, of course, going to be a back-to-back for the Ducks. I believe Gibson is playing tonight, likely to play tonight, according to one of their beat writers there. So it should be Dostal here in Toronto, who, of course, had a big win in Toronto last year and kind of got no-named based on their I forgot who wrote that, Toronto Sun or something probably. So maybe he has some chip on her shoulder here, but Ducks have not been a good team recently. Lost 3 in a row, 4 of their past 5. Big underdogs tonight in Ottawa. Leafs coming home from a undeserved win there against the Devils. Only way to look here has to be the Ducks at 3-1 here. We got Dilly saying Dostal for Vezina in the chat. Of course, that is 1,000 to 1.
Get the fuck out of here,
or whatever.
Give me my $5.
Yeah, I mean Toronto's 12-4 at home, so not a strong play on the Ducks, obviously at 3-1, but they'll probably get up to plus 350. I would sprinkle them there, possibly plus 1.5 at plus money here. As for the total, probably go with the under. Leafs haven't been scoring too much, haven't been generating too much offense as of late. In their past 4 games, 2 goals, 2, 1, and 3. Ducks also haven't been scoring much either, so maybe get a sneaky under 6 here at minus 105. But I would sprinkle the Ducks for a side.
Yeah, well, if you want to sprinkle the Ducks, you got to wait because, of course, they're playing tonight. The back-to-back team they usually get bet against. Although I do like that Dostal will be in net most likely. That's the side. Yeah, kind of like the Ducks. I mean, the Maple Leafs, they've not been playing great. They're lucky, like I said, a million times to beat the Devils. But the under 6, minus 105, I absolutely love that. Great bet, I think. Stolarz used to play for the Ducks. Going to be a nice little revenge game for him as well. And he's playing out of this world. Great at home as well. Yeah, so give me the under 6. I love this bet. This one will definitely be coming down in price.
I forgot Stoli played for Anaheim. He's played for a few bad teams before he finally got to Florida and now Toronto. So good for him there. Good for him. All right, we are brought to you by Underdog. Underdog Pick'em has one of the biggest menus for all sports. You can win up to 1,000 times your entry with Underdog streaks. They're always making it easier to win with profit boosts and gimme pick'ems. NFL, college football, college basketball, MMA, NBA, NASCAR, NHL, and more. You can now use specials and boosts on all flexed entries. So sign up with promo code HGP to claim your special pick and first-time deposit offer of up to $1,000 in bonus cash. UnderdogFantasy.com, promo code HGP. And, of course, we're brought to you by Rebet. Rebet is a new social sportsbook available in 45 states. Plenty of betting opportunities are available on Rebet, easy to use and great for people in states where traditional sports books may be restricted. Download Rebet in the App Store and use the promo code SGPN for a 100% deposit match up to $100. That's Rebet, promo code SGPN. Right here, going down to 7 p.m. again. Got the Pittsburgh Penguins minus 130 at the Montreal Canadiens plus 110. Under 6.5 minus 120. Over 6.5 plus 100. Joel, what do you got?
Kind of like the Penguins here. They've been playing great. Canadians, they keep getting these close games, and fortunate to beat the Ducks, I thought, in the last game. And yeah, the Penguins are playing pretty well. I was impressed, actually. Not, of course, not in terms of their defense, but they played the Avalanche pretty well. They were in the game for a while. The box score, the final score was kind of misleading. Penguins were in that game for a long time. Well, the Avalanche did make it 3-0, but the Penguins did make a game of it, and maybe deserved a little better result. But anyway, the Avalanche were a better team. They deserved the win, whatever. But the Penguins were pretty good in that one. And yeah, I think that's a pretty cheap price here. Minus 130, though, is not a great number in terms of the overall market. You can find a lot better prices out there. But yeah, if you can find better than minus 130, I would definitely look at the Penguins. And yeah, the Penguins game, the goaltending is still suspect. To the over 6.5 there. Canadians are not quite as good offensively as they were last year, but their defense is still pretty bad. So yeah, the over 6.5 here at even money, kind of like that as well. So Penguins and the over.
Yeah, I'm going the other way here with the Habs.
Oh, we got some disagreements for once.
Plus 110. I mean, it's a Penguins game. Of course, I'm gonna fade the Penguins here. They've now lost 2 of their past 3 after winning 4 straight. Of course, Colorado 6-2 there. Montreal, yeah, not great wins recently. I mean, Islanders, Predators, Ducks, Columbus before that. Like, yeah, they're getting better though. They feel like Patrick Laine coming back has injected something into their offense, even though still haven't scored more than 3 goals this month. But yeah, I think Montreal here at home 8-6-2. Penguins only 4-7-2 on the road. So slight home dogs here for the Habs. Gonna take that at plus 110. Yeah, I mean, you can get Penguins minus 118, minus 113 elsewhere here. So plenty of a line difference on the sports books out there. But yeah, the Habs at plus 110. I do expect that to come down. As for the total, you got an over Penguins team against an under Habs team. I guess they're kind of correlated to which side you like. I'm just going to pass on the total and go with my home dog Habs here. All right, going down to 7 p.m. again here. Got the Detroit Red Wings plus 120 at the Philadelphia Flyers minus 142. Over 6 is minus 118. Under 6 is minus 102 here. Flyers have been a much better team recently, even though they did have 3 losses in a row. Went into Columbus. Easy win there. Was never really in doubt. 5-3 final. The Columbus scoring a goal in the final minute there. So Detroit finally got their first win in 7 games in Buffalo, a game they should not have won, a game that went to a shootout, and they won that there. Yeah, they've been playing above their level all season long. I feel like that's going to continue here in Philadelphia. Before I even knew the line, I kind of expected the Flyers to be around minus 150, which is what I would play them up to. Minus 142 is perfectly fine here for me. As for a total, can't really get a good read on this Red Wings teams for totals, but the Flyers have been playing higher scoring games recently, so if I had to play a total, I would play the over 6, but just going to stick with my Fly guys here at minus 142.
Yeah, Flyers have been looking a lot better than they were before I made my Flyers team total under, or points total under. And the Red Wings game, of course, going to be fading the Red Wings there. Once again, mentioned in the last show, lucky to beat the Sabres. Absolutely brutal beat there. So yeah, give me the Flyers all day long. Much better team at home. Red Wings are terrible. It's a miracle Lalonde is still hired and employed. Yeah, Flyers, much better team, like I said. And yeah, the Red Wings just they suck offensively. They can't generate any offense. Their only weapon maybe is a decent power play, but that can't be sustainable. So yeah, Flyers all day long, under 6 as well. I know Flyers have been involved in a lot of over games lately, but that's just too high of a total, I think, for a Red Wings game, considering how much they struggle offensively. So Flyers and the under for myself.
Yeah, Flyers' underlying metrics are now up to the 19th best expected goals for share, and they were down bottom 5 for the first month or two of the month and a half of the season. So they're on the up and up now. They just need some goaltending to get them there, as well as the special teams. Both the power play and penalty kill are sucking a little bit. All right, going down to 7:30 here. Got the Chicago Blackhawks plus 160 at the New York Islanders minus 192. Under 5.5 minus 115. Over 5.5 minus 105 here. Joel, your Isles here.
Get the fuck out of here! I'm not my Isles. The Blackhawks have been pretty good. You know, they beat the struggling Rangers and they beat the Winnipeg Jets. Of course, we got the old dead cat bounce. New coach comes into town and turns the team around, and it happens every time. So I think we're going to keep riding this plus 160 for the Blackhawks. Islanders can't back them, even against one of the worst teams in the league. Yeah, I think the Blackhawks just, once they get the new coach and turn their season around. So yeah, give me the Blackhawks here plus 160. I think that's a good number there. Islanders just they suck. This could be another overtime game. Like even that game against the Kings could easily have gone to overtime. The Islanders have had a great a chance to tie the game late, but yeah, under 5.5 like that. Blackhawks still struggle offensively, and it's an Islanders game. Like they all go under, right? So plus 160, I think is pretty decent. So yeah, give me the dog.
Yeah, I'm not playing a side here. I guess if I had to, I would play the Blackhawks just because the Islanders do suck. But yeah, love the under 5.5 here at minus 115. Chicago, sure, that cat bounce, but haven't scored more than 2 goals in any of their past 4 games. 2-2-2-1. Islanders, we know how they play. No, they're typically an over team this season, but not much offense there, especially with Matt Barzal still out for them. So love the under 5.5 minus 115 and would play the Blackhawks if I had to play a side. Right down to 8 p.m. here. Got the Nashville Predators plus 170 at the Dallas Stars minus 205. Stars on the puck line are plus 124. Under 6 is minus 115. Over 6 is minus 105 here. I'm still baffled by this Predators team. They've lost 8 in a row now, 7-16-6 on the season, 2-9-4 on the road. I mean, just too much talent to keep going like this. But I mean, we've been saying that all season long now. So going into Dallas 11-2 at home. I just said Nashville's 2-9-4 on the road. So only side to look here is Dallas at minus 205. It is a bit of a steep price. So maybe the puck line here. Dallas's last few home wins, 6-2, 3-1, 5-3, 5-2 before that. So don't hate the puck line here. Puck line at plus 124, especially given some of Nashville's losses. 4-3 in Calgary, but 3-1, 3-0. A few overtime losses in there, but I don't know. Maybe Stars is a parlay piece if you're into that. But if you're betting this game individually, I would take the Stars on the puck line at plus 124. And I think you got to go with the under. Nashville can't really seem to score more than 2 goals in a game, except against the Flames there. Stars hopefully have Jake Ottinger in net, or even Casey DeSmith is their backup now, apparently. So he's been decent as well. So yeah, Stars puck line and the under here.
Well, we finally got some market disrespect for the Predators. They keep getting bet like they're still a good team. All the priors take a while for them to be deflated. But now, yeah, plus 170. I think this is probably the biggest dogs they've been all season long, and for good reason. Like you said, they've been on this terrible losing streak. The team's given up. Even as Stamkos has gotten a little better, maybe players are getting a little bit more adjusted to the new system. It's still not enough. They still can't find the back of the net. And even as Saros has improved, like I watched some of that Flames game, he was making some damn good saves. But still, give me the Stars all day long here. Far better team. And yeah, I know that they're coming back from the road trip, right? But they've had a bit of time off. Or did they play the last game at home?
I think they played the last game at home. I was just looking at their game log.
Yeah. Anyway, give me the Stars here. I think the Predators are just like on quit watch, right? Like ejectocito. The season is done. I don't know. It's got to be sort of flitting because they went into the free agency like just absolute buyers and thinking that they're going to be a real force in the playoffs, contender for the cup. I bought into it, but I was wrong. I love the coach, Andrew Burnett, and all that, and unfortunately, it hasn't panned out. And it's time to hit the check button ourselves on the Predators season. So give me the Stars here. Regulation, -1.5. I think the Predators just a dead team walking.
Yeah. I wonder if they like give Andrew Burnett the mercy firing so he can go actually coach a good team. But we'll see if he's there for the long haul.
He should be. I mean, he's still a damn good coach. It's just a lot of bad luck for the Predators team. Like the horrible shooting percentage, horrible goaltending to start the season. It's just you have a bad start to the season, they can tank the whole thing.
Yeah, I mean, maybe they'll pull the Blues in 2019. I mean, they have the talent to do so. All right, going down to 8 p.m. here. Got the Vegas Golden Knights +114 at the Winnipeg Jets -135. Total is set at 6. Both the over and the under at -110. Joel, what do you got?
Well, Jets are fat and happy after crushing the Boston Bruins 8-1. Golden Knights, meanwhile, have had a lot of rest, and then they've been killing things themselves since that terrible 6-0 loss to the Coyotes. Give me the Golden Knights here. We know how high I am on this team, and they've turned things around in terms of their road record as well. Terrible start to the season, but they've been strong on the road lately. So give me the Golden Knights here. I think that they're the better team. Aiden Hill, like I said, he's getting better as the later the season goes on. Noah Hannafin has had he's had his struggles early on, but he's turned things around as well. And we got Mark Stone back. He looked pretty good too in his first couple games back, or maybe it's just a one game. But anyway, he looked pretty good. So give me the Golden Knights here, +114. I think they're the better team. So yeah, Winnipeg. They got a nice win against the Bruins, but overall they've struggled in the past couple weeks. So give me the Golden Knights here as another road dog.
Yeah, gotta agree with you there. I think, I did not realize Vegas has had 4 days off now since beating Dallas at home. Winnipeg, like you said, big 8-1 win over Boston. But I think sometimes you got to factor in, like, I saw a stat that like teams that beat the Wild are 0 something in their next games or horrible in their next games. You got to factor in how these teams are impacted by some physical teams that they play. Even in an 8-1 game, you got to know the Bruins are taking some cheap shots there. Still at home, but I think Vegas getting more respectable on the road, 7-4-3. Winnipeg is 10-3 at home, but I'm not buying into Winnipeg just because of one big win over Boston. So yeah, give me the Golden Knights here, +114. As for a side, I would probably have to go with the under, but probably going to stay away and just take the dog here. All right, going down to 8 p.m. again. Got the San Jose Sharks +180 at the St. Louis Blues -218. Blues on the puck line +124. Over 6 -105. Under 6 -115 here. San Jose is fading here on the end of their road trip. They won in Seattle and Washington, then lost in Tampa, in Florida, in Carolina, and now they go to St. Louis to close things out. St. Louis coming home from their own 4-game road trip here. Just won in Vancouver last night, going back to St. Louis with only 1 day off. Only way to look here has to be the Sharks +180. Nearly won the game in Carolina as 4-1 underdogs. Hopefully this price goes up a bit. Maybe get a 2-1 or better on the Sharks, but also possibly looking at an overtime game. Their last 3 meetings, including both this season, have gone to overtime, 5-4 and 3-2 for St. Louis in both ones there. So, let me see what the draw is here. Probably 3-1 or better. That might be the best look. +320. Sprinkle that. Sprinkle the Sharks. That's the way to go here.
Totally agree with all of that. We got another Dave Blinsky special here. I think that this is a parallel game to what we saw with the Flyers and the Blue Jackets game the other night. Sharks here +180. They're feisty against the Hurricanes. I know they got destroyed down in Florida, those 2 games, but otherwise they've been pretty solid lately, beating the Capitals in overtime. The Blues, like you said, they've been involved in some overtime games lately as well. Canucks, Flames. Give me the Sharks here +180. I think they're a fun team, man, and they can score. And the Blues coming back from that road trip, going to be vulnerable. So like the Sharks here. over 6. I think the Sharks get some offense going. The defense sucks. Their goaltending, of course, now they don't have Blackwood. Not great. I don't know if they have Georgiev in the game. If we had Georgiev in his first game in San Jose, absolutely love the over 6 in that case. But either way, yeah, give me the over. Give me the Sharks here as another road dog.
Yeah, and speaking of the Sharks, could be a good time to get on the Calder for Celebrini. Michkov had a good game in Columbus. You see, you got a good friend Sean here in the chat saying Michkov for Calder. He's up to minus 200. You can get Celebrini at 2-1.
Archer.
Yes, it's Archer. I'm aware. I'm calling him Sean.
We
Sean
always
again.
call him Archer. You bring out the Sean.
Our good friend Sean
name.
in the chat here. Yes, Archer in the chat saying Michkov for Calder. You can still get Celebrini 2-1 if you want to buy in now. Could see a big game there in St. Louis. And you can bet on that at mybookie.ag. MyBookie has been running on SGPN for years. Check out their new and improved website. Great on mobile. Plus props for every game in the live dealer casino. Even new early cash out options. Head to mybookie.ag. Promo code SGPN for 100% deposit match up to $1,000 plus a $10 casino chip. That's mybookie.ag. Promo code SGPN. And make sure you check out Rhythm, the #1 AI-powered sports betting platform that helps provide bettors of all levels the ability to build custom predictive betting models in seconds and get predictions for betting on money lines, spreads, totals, and props. You can build your own model. You can copy a model, or they can build one for you. NFL picks, NFL props, college football, college basketball, and NBA. Rhythm has it all. Claim your 7-day free trial today by going to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/rhythm. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/RITHMM. All right, down here at 8:30 now, got the Edmonton Oilers -125 at the Minnesota Wild +105. Over 6 -115, under 6 -105. Joel, back to you.
Yeah, this is a game I bet. Just because I think the line is kind of crazy here for the Oilers. The Wild were underdogs against the Coyotes. Now they're only +105, even at home against the Oilers. Like, I don't understand this line at all. The Coyotes are nowhere near the level of the Oilers, even just on a pure market rating. So Oilers here, absolutely, this line should move. Mind you, I kind of want to bet the Wild, though. So just wait for this line to get better for the Wild. I mean, I bet the Oilers because it's just pure number play. I can always get off that later because I'm very confident that this line will move. Like -125 doesn't make any sense to me. The Oilers are fully healthy. The Wild are still banged up. They got Zuccarello, Brodin, and another important player. Who am I missing here?
Eriksson Ek.
Eriksson Ek, yeah, another center. So, yeah, the Wild are banged up, but I still want to back them because they're a feisty team, man. They're in every game. As long as they get Gustafsson in net, we might get Fleury. Gustafsson's played a few games in a row now, but yeah, I think that I'll wait to get off my Oilers position, then back the Wild because -125 doesn't make any fucking sense to me, considering the Wild are just +105 at prominent shops against the fuck Coyotes. I know they're at home now, but still. Doesn't make any sense. So -125 for the Oilers would be a play right now, but I would wait and maybe back the Wild at a much better price. And it's a Wild game. And the Oilers are playing much better defensively this season, of course, getting some good goaltending as well. And we know all about the Wild goaltending. So the under 6 would be the look as well. So yeah, that's where I'm at in this stage in the game.
Yeah, I agree with all of that. I'm not going to play a total. I guess if I had to, I would take the under with 2 under teams here. Wild coming home from a 3-game road trip, but it was out west, Anaheim, LA, then at Utah, and I got to come back to snowy Minnesota. I mean, yeah, Wild have been great this season, 7-3-1 at home, but Edmonton, like you said, fully healthy now. I mean, just Arvidsson's out. He's always out, so not a huge loss there for them. They probably expected that. 8-4-1 on the road, very respectable for them. They got a 3-game winning streak now, 6 of their past 7. Only loss was in Vegas, 1-0 there. So yeah, Edmonton only -125. Definitely got to hop on that now while you can. All right, down to 9 p.m. here. Got the Tampa Bay Lightning -155 at the Calgary Flames +130. Over 6 is -122. Under 6 at +102 here. Tampa Bay continuing its road trip, won in Vancouver, lost, of course, last night in Edmonton. Calgary coming home from a 2-game road trip. They've been a good team at home, 10-3-1, a bad team on the road, 4-7-4 here. So I think if you look anyway, it has to be towards Calgary here. Hopefully, it's going to be Dustin Wolf in net. Vladar did just play last game, so Wolf should be rested, even though I'm seeing now Wolf allowed 6 goals to Dallas last time.
Vladar's been the better goalie lately. You guys say that.
All right.
Wolf has fallen apart.
I've not been keeping up with the Flames goaltending. I saw the awards watch drop yesterday, and people were saying Wolf's been the best goalie or the best rookie, not the flashiest rookie, but the best one. So
what?
That was one voter said that in the ESPN award watch. So maybe it was a Calgary writer. Who knows?
He's out to lunch.
But I haven't bet this game. Not sure if I will end up betting it. But I think if I do anything right now, it would be the Flames at plus 130. Tampa Bay, is getting better. 6-6-1 on the road only. Cirelli's day to day. He's been hot. Chernak day to day as well. Flames or nothing for me at plus 130. As for the total, Flames have been playing over. Lightning have been going under. So gonna pass there.
Speaking of the awards watch, Cirelli was one of the top 3 in terms of the Selke. He got bet down immediately, of course, from 40-1 down to 12-1, which is interesting. And Barkov got bet down like minus 200 or whatever. And Reinhardt, of course, as well. But Reinhardt's case is really just because he's scoring so many fucking goals. And I don't think that's legit. I think it's just Barkov's to lose now. I was surprised that Heischer was one of the top 3, though. Like he got some votes, but a little bit more down the board. So his odds are dropping a little bit. Barkov. It seems like it's just his to lose. I don't. Why would you give the Selke to Reinhardt when Barkov is on the same team? Like
exactly.
That doesn't make any sense.
The same line too. It's clearly all Barkov.
Yeah, even like an amateur hockey watcher such as myself can notice the defensive superiority of Barkov compared to Sam Reinhart, a winger. I mean, come on. Anyway, when's the last time a winger has won the Selke? Anyway, it's got to be.
It's been a long time.
Yeah. Anyway, Flames coming off that road trip, coming back home. Give me the Lightning here. I thought that they were very competitive against the Oilers. And very good against the Canucks as well. So minus 155. That's the way I'm looking. Flames struggling lately. They did outplay the Predators, to be fair, but they were kind of lucky to get away with that one because I don't know. I can't get away from the Predators and their bad luck. Like it's like every net crease kind of chance opportunity, they can't put it away, and that happened again in the Calgary game. A bit unfortunate for the Flames to win that one, even though they did outshoot them and outchance them. But anyway, give me the Lightning minus 155. I think they're a great team. Cirelli lost, if that's true. If he misses this one, that's a bad look. You might get a better price here. But either way, give me the Lightning here. I have to bounce back after the Edmonton loss. Like you said, the total is kind of, I think it's fairly priced at a juicy over 6. So, I'm going to pass on that as well.
To have a good point from Archer here in the chat. Reinhardt has a bunch of shorthanded goals. That's why too. But the last winger.
What does that have to do with What does that have to do with? Why does a shorthanded goal mean more than a 5-on-5 goal? Doesn't make sense.
It's a defensive metric of sort, but the last time a winger won the Selke was Yuri Lettinen back in 2003, which may have been pre-Archer being born. So it's been a long time there. All right, going down to 9 o'clock again. We got the Utah Coyotes plus 160 at the Colorado Avalanche minus 192. Avs puck line plus 130, under 6.5 minus 112, over 6.5 minus 108. Joel, back to you.
Oh, Avalanche are coming, baby. Another 5-point night for Nathan McKinnon. I think he's had a better year this year than he did last year. Like he's been on fucking fire. I think he leads the league in points now. Rantanen had a hat trick, so he's back in the Rocket Richard conversation. But this is a Dave Linsky special, I'm pretty sure. And the Coyotes are they've been good. Like they went toe to toe with the Wild. Maybe slightly outplayed, but still the Wild are a much better team overall. And even though the Coyotes have had their injury issues, they're still plugging along. They're getting some good goaltending now. Now that Connor Ingram is not playing in net. Plus 160 here for the Coyotes. Utah. I don't think that they'll struggle as much with the altitude as some other Eastern teams. Plus 160 here for the Coyotes is looking pretty appealing. We probably see Blackwood in net for his first game. Interesting point by Steve Valiquette, who does a lot of great work for the New York Rangers and Clearsight Analytics. Very, very smart mind. he was saying that Blackwood's numbers are kind of inflated because the Sharks are so bad defensively. They get all these like low danger chances that kind of inflates his confidence. And the Avalanche like the opposite. So they'll allow far fewer low danger chances, but they'll allow more high danger chances, like once in a while kind of thing. So he won't get a lot of action, but when he does get action, he'll be really tested. So he's kind of doubtful of the Blackwood experience in Denver. So that's very interesting. So the over 6.5, I love that as well, with the Coyotes finally being able to score goals and the Avalanche offense, of course. So over 6.5, another road dog. I might have to play away goals again, considering all these away teams I'm liking. Yeah, the over 6.5 here, I quite like that. It's an Avs game. There's default look to the over. And like I said, the Blackwood thing is kind of concerning. First game in the new system as well. That's not great. So yeah, I actually love this bet. I love the Coyotes in this one. I love the over 6.5.
Yeah, that's the only way to go there. I can't argue with that. Like you said, Avs coming home from a 5-game road trip out east, so they probably will struggle more with the altitude than Utah will. Avs only 7-7 at home this season. I've been talking big about their home ice advantage, but haven't really been there so far this year. Utah has been a better road team at 8-6-2 as opposed to 4-5-3 at home here. So yeah, if you can get plus 160 right now on Utah, you can get plus 165 out there. Definitely take that. And yeah, love the over here, over 6.5. Minus 108. Left wing lock still has Georgiev projected to start for the Avalanche, so they need to update their system there. But yeah, Utah here plus 160, and the over 6.5 at minus 108. All right, down to 10 p.m. here. Got the Florida Panthers minus 142 at the Vancouver Canucks plus 120. Under 6 minus 118, over 6 minus 102. Joel, right back to you for your Canucks.
Sure. Yeah, to talk about the Vancouver market, how tough it is. Like Rick Tocchet is getting really frustrated by everybody asking you, how's Petey doing? Why is he sucking so bad? Like you're all frustrated. Like he's getting paid 11.6 a year and he's not performing like 11.6 player. And yeah, Tocchet is like, enough of these questions, man. When I was on TNT, I wasn't asking about a specific player. Yeah, he had a little breakdown there. I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to get a quote, all this shit. But anyway, it's a whirlwind here. Canucks are struggling. I don't know what's going on with them at home. They're a great road team this year. But this year, they can't win games at home for whatever reason. They're still getting points. They're still hanging in the mix. I mean, without their second best defenseman and Philip Hronek, and of course, Demko just came back. He didn't have a great performance. We might see Lankinen for this one. I hope so, because he's been very good this season. So I think I got to take the Panthers here. They're still a great team overall, much better on the road than in years past. Yeah, I just can't trust the Canucks team right now. And plus 120 is just not a big enough price for me. The total is pretty fairly priced. I don't got any feel for the total, especially if Lankinen's in net. Maybe the under 6 here. Bobrovsky's been playing better. He had a terrible start to the year, but I thought he was very good against the Kraken the other night. Yeah, just give me the Panthers minus 142. I think it's a good bet.
Yeah, completely agree there. It is the worst odds on the board. You can get minus 130 at MGM, but yeah, Panthers here minus 142. They have Vancouver media. I mean, you talked about it. They're 10-2-1 on the road, 4-6-4 at home. Florida, nearly identical records at home, 9-5-1, on the road, 9-4-1. Just won in Seattle in a shootout on Tuesday. Completely outplayed the Sharks before that. So they're kind of rolling right now, wins in 6 of their past 7. Only loss was in overtime. Yeah, so love the Panthers here, minus 142. Similar to you, really no play on the total. Both of these teams have gone over more than under, so I would lean that way. God damn it. If it gets to plus money here. All right, down to the last game on the docket. Got the Boston Bruins minus 115 at the Seattle Kraken minus 105. Total is at 5.5. Both the over and the under here are at minus 110. I'm really not sure what to make of this one here. Seattle, played Florida, I guess, pretty tough. Lost in a shootout there in the Malinsky special. 7-6-2 at home. Boston, really not sure what to make of them right now. 6-6-1 on the road. Had a 4-game winning streak broken there in Winnipeg. Hampus Lindholm is still out for them. Seattle, you have Gord and McCann both day to day, apparently. If I had to go with the side here, go with the home team, minus 105. Might be able to find some plus money out there, but I think the best bet for this game would be the under 5.5, minus 110. Haven't bet anything personally in this one yet, but that would be my my looks here.
Yeah, give me the Kraken here. I don't think that the Bruins are playing very good hockey right now. Kraken, even though they were coming back from that long road trip, they were competitive against the Panthers, still the inferior team. But they earned the point, I thought, to get that one to overtime and then the shootout. Bruins, I just can't trust them now as road favorites. I mean, I still think they're the better team, but mind you, 8-1 for a proud team like the Bruins, for the captain, Brad Marchand. Situationally, I gotta look the Bruins' way. This is not one I bet, but minus 115. I do think the better team still. So, considering they got blown out 8-1, like we see this all the time. Like proud teams, they respond, they rebound from tough losses like that. So, give me the Bruins here, minus 115. Whatever, Kraken. I think that they are. Still a good look, still a good chance to make the playoffs. I think, not a good chance, but a mediocre chance, a small, an opportunity. There's an opportunity there for the Kraken to make the playoffs after a tough run there. Vince Dunn being back is huge because this guy is very important for the team, the best defenseman. But still, Bruins here minus 115, and the total. We have an under team versus an over team. We just saw the Kraken struggle to generate any offense against the Panthers. I think the Bruins can shut them down the same way. So under 5.5 and the Bruins. But this is not a game I'm going to be betting, I don't think.
Yeah. All right. That's the 14-game slate on Thursday, December 12th. Let's get right into our puck buck bets and get you out of here. You want to go first? You want me to rattle off mine first?
You go first.
All right, got a big card here. Got the Capitals minus 155, 30 puck bucks on that against the Blue Jackets. I just saw Jet Greaves is confirmed for the Blue Jackets, making his first NHL start of the year. So I like that even better. Kings plus 124, 20 puck bucks against the Devils. Kings Devils under 6 plus 102 for 20 puck bucks. Anaheim Toronto under 6 minus 105 for 21. Montreal plus 110, 20 puck bucks. Flyers minus 142, 30 puck bucks. Blackhawks Islanders under 5.5, minus 115 for 23 puck bucks. Stars puck line plus 124 for 20. Vegas plus 114 for 20. San Jose plus 180 for 15. San Jose St. Louis draw plus 320 for 5. Utah plus 160 for 20. And Florida minus 142 for 30.
Holy shit, man. You have a lot of bets.
It's a big card, yeah.
Yeah, I will not have nearly as many. Give me the Philadelphia Flyers.
All right, there we go.
Yeah, minus 142. Let's do 25 on that. Give me the over in that game. Over 6, minus 118, 20. Oh, wait, no. No, forget about that one. Don't do that. Right. Give me the Ducks Leafs under 6, minus 105. Love this bet. 25 puck bucks on that one. Kings Devils under 5.5 plus 102. 20 puck bucks there. Blackhawks. Give me 15 puck bucks plus 160. I'm gonna have some bets too. Give me the Sharks plus 180. 15 puck bucks there. Do I want to do the Knights? I did bet this, so I got to do the Knights. Give me the fucking Vegas Golden Knights plus 114. 20 puck bucks there. Oilers Wild is a very curious one. Interesting to see. Oh, the Oilers already getting bet, by the way. So, word to the wise. Get on that earlier. Utah plus 160. 20 puck bucks. Same game, over 6.5, minus 108, 20 puck bucks. And that's it.
All right. That's the puck buck bets for Thursday. They're at the 49-minute mark, 50-minute mark of the video. For those of you on YouTube, if you're not already subscribed on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe on YouTube. Also, make sure you're subscribed on Apple Podcast, Spotify. Leave us a 5-star rating and review on Apple. I haven't got one of those this season yet. Would be good in the holiday season here, the holiday spirit. Give us a 5-star rating and review. Follow us on Twitter at HockeySGPN. Follow Jared on Twitter at play_the_puck. He should be back Friday night or next week, hopefully. And get in the Discord, sg.pn/Discord. I am Ryan Gilbert. You can follow me on Twitter at rgilbertsop.
And I'm Joel Martin. You'll find me trying to learn how to play Magic the Gathering with my friend here. We'll see how that goes.
See ya.